Hello and welcome to the finale of A Song for the Shadows, our story about the power of bards to inspire and instill hope in those who have lost it. Tonight's episode is brought to you by ibuprofen. Ibuprofen, the only thing getting me through the night since I injured my back last week. How's everybody else doing today?
Good.
Doing pretty well.
Cup of coffee I just had.
The cup of coffee keeping you alive there, Alex?
Yep.
It's the last week of school.
Yeah.
2.5 more days.
A day and a half of kids and then 4 days of work. Of packing
Clean
up
up
the whole
and-
classroom.
That's the fun part, though. You can turn on a movie that you normally can't watch, throw it up on the big screen in the room.
Listen to some not child-safe music.
Right,
Great.
and just enjoy having a nice free day with your staff in the last couple of days and get everything in tidy and in order. It's all right, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
like
it
those
usually
days.
is. Usually is.
Very good. Ness, how you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You had a little vacation.
I did, sure
Did
did.
you-
Went to
did
New
you-
Orleans.
How was it?
It was really fun. As long as I stayed away from the touristy areas, it was absolutely amazing.
What was the coolest thing you did?
Oh, so there is this like a really nice club. It's just like a very chill club, and they had like very nice jazz music, like with a live band, and they had a patio, and it was very chill. Like that's the type of New Orleans I like. Not like not like Bourbon Street or like everybody going crazy. I like the cultural New Orleans. It was really cool.
Yes. I was hoping y'all do something like that. I wish I was joining y'all. I have to go sometime. It's
You
been
should.
forever.
We drove there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
it's
too
not
bad
that
of a
hard.
drive.
It's not that bad of a drive from
Yeah,
here
it's
to there.
five-ish
bad.
hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that was my halfway point driving back home to Georgia. I just drove around there all the time. Yeah, that was a longer drive. It's all right though. Archie, how are you doing tonight?
Good, good. We had Filipino food
We
tonight.
did. You brought us some
It was
Filipino
fun.
food. I
I
love
know.
it. I'm so stuffed. We talked about trying to sneak in a nap here before the stream, but we never quite got to that point.
I know. And honestly, Houston weather has been disgusting these past few days. So
It's been raining for 2 weeks.
wish I could just lie in bed the entire day.
You brought your massage gun for me though to try to help me through this. Ibuprofen's only getting me so far, and the massage gun was very helpful. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course, my friend gave it to me for my birthday, and it really works. It's great, and it was not expensive too. So
Yeah, I thought those things were hundreds of dollars. And no, apparently like 40, 50 bucks. You can get one that works just fine. So I picked
yes,
one up.
sir.
I love mine.
Jeremy, how are you doing over there? You look cozy. You look thematic.
I'm all dressed up. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well. It's the morning.
How was your
I
weekend?
don't know how warmed up my voice is yet, but we'll see how cracky it gets.
Well, do some scales for me. Do a red leather, yellow leather, red leather,
Red
yellow
leather, yeah.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I'm fine with that.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, doing good.
Good. Well, let's get through a couple of announcements before we get started here. I'll try to keep it under 15 minutes this time. No promises. First of all, I should introduce myself. I'm the proprietor of The Gallant Goblin over on YouTube. We review minis, we review terrain, source books, adventures, and this week we're taking a look at the new Critical Role minis from WizKids. I brought a couple tonight just to show y'all real fast before we get started. These just arrived in the mail today, and these are pretty fierce. If you can, if the camera's gonna focus, you can see a little bit there.
So creepy.
This is a personification of the way I look around 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm really hungry.
Oh,
We have this fella. It's a little smaller, so we can. I don't know if it's gonna focus as well, but very cool, scary guy there. This one.
ugh.
Hello.
Wow.
What is he
Demon frog.
casting?
Some sort of blood magic.
Huh.
Very
Wow.
cool. This one is called a Nurgalid. And finally, we got the big boy. Look at this
Wow.
thing. It's bigger than my head.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
I think that lived in my closet when I was a child, and I was terrified it was going to
Right? This is called an Udok. And it's kind of like a
Yeah.
King Kong, like six-legged monstrous
Nightmare.
Look at his eyes. If you can see his
Oh
eyes.
no, it has
That's
multiple.
a lot
it's
of teeth.
So, if you're playing through a campaign in Wildmount, you can face this guy yourself and have a wonderful encounter. We're gonna do reviews of these all week on Gallant Goblins, so be sure to check us out over there on YouTube. Let's see what other announcements we have. The Bard Book Kickstarter has ended. We ended up at like $1,000 short of $300,000, which is absolutely amazing. We're all hard at work to make the book as amazing and magical and fun as we can possibly make it. You can still pick it up along with a huge assortment of add-ons. We have dice, we have wormwood dice trays and vaults, we have full color minis that look amazing. There's ones of Jameson and Satine that look really cool and their characters. We have custom coins that Satine's been showing off. Much more. Go check it out at thebardbook.com, where you can still pre-order. And if you're watching this video live on Twitch right now, hello to you. I see Glenn there. I see Storm. I see our players. I see Marissa the Fantastic, who I believe is a friend of RG's. Who?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on making it on time tonight, Marissa. We're glad to have you. And so thank y'all for joining us. If you are coming here for the Gilding Light for the first time, consider following or subscribing to the channel. They make a lot of great content here. You can also watch us later on YouTube, which many of you still do, which I appreciate. You can watch us either on the Gilding Light YouTube channel or on the Gallant Goblin YouTube channel. If you are watching us there, hello, leave us a comment and we can respond to you there too. And feel free to please subscribe to the channel there. You can hit the little bell icon down below to be notified when we drop new videos. And let me see what else we got going on. We are still going to have a finale after party over at twitch.tv/thegallantgoblin tonight, where the whole cast is going to be joining us, and I can actually answer any questions they have about the whole campaign. So if you guys have lingering questions, be sure to jot them down and we can talk about it when we get over there.
For sure.
And don't forget to tune in here on the Gilding Light on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time for a new episode of The Mystery of Melody with Margaret Crone. And also join Fenway Jones from Jasper's Game Day and her new show, Angel and the City of Glass, which begins on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, also here on Gilding Light. And tune in on Thursdays for our buddy DC show, The Inspectors, which is amazing and creative and magical each and every week, so check that out. And I just want to take a moment, a personal privilege, to wish a happy birthday to Michelle, our producer, whose birthday was on Friday.
Happy birthday, Michelle!
Yes, and happy birthday to Satine, who celebrated yesterday by DMing here on Twitch for the entire day. And yesterday, we celebrated Grady's birthday by eating way too much Korean barbecue.
Woo!
So everybody wish all those folks a very happy birthday. But DC, if you catch anybody here about to sing the birthday song, feel free to cut their mic, because I don't like that song. It's a dirge, it's sad, don't sing that birthday song. But you can say happy birthday, everybody. Or not, you don't have to.
Happy birthday!
There you go.
It's your day.
Courtney wishes a happy birthday too.
Oh, I see Beth the Bard on there. Thank you very much. Very nice. That's Grady in chat too. And finally, you can help support our cast here by donating using bits, or you can donate directly by typing in !donate in the chat to bring up our donation link. Is there anything else anybody wants to plug or announce before we get started?
Ready
Doesn't
to go.
sound like it. What's that, Alex?
Just ready to go today.
Well, all right, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in with tonight's episode of A Song for the Shadows. And we're back. All right, so we're not going to do a big recap this week because we did that last week. Last week, you all finally jumped into the portal to the Shadowfell, and we're going to jump right in from there. So you find yourselves again being pulled into this tunnel of swirling, shadowy, magical energy. And this time you don't get shunted off to the side. You fall straight through. So you feel your heart rising in your chest as you're in this free fall. And eventually you find yourself falling out of the portal and landing on the dusty ground. And as you get up and kind of dust yourself off, make sure everything is okay, you look around and find yourselves at a crossroads with one lone building up ahead of you that looks familiar, strangely familiar. And it's the only thing familiar about this place, though. You look above at the sky, and it's this eerie, wavy look, like a shadow, like a shroud, has just been draped over the whole world, dimming any light that tries to filter through. And the land itself is bathed in this dark, deep purple hue of twilight. And it's not devoid of life, though. You look around you and you see these strange kind of bioluminescent flowers, but they're not small, actually. They are, in the distance, you see that they are towering up into the sky, these purple flowers. And also in the distance, you see an impossibly tall statue. Who's trained in religion around here? Anybody?
Let me double check.
Nope.
No.
Nope. She's kind of a bimbo.
Okay, well, you see this very large statue in the distance of some sort of shrouded woman with like feathers coming off of her epaulets, of her shoulder armor. Don't know who it is, though. But you see that in the distance, and it looks like her hands are just buried, and her head is buried into her hands like this as she's crying or lamenting something. But up ahead of you appears that familiar building. It looks like the Blooming Cow Tavern, but it looks incomplete. Not damaged or falling into ruin, but there's just parts of it, bits of it that aren't there. The rest of it looks well kept. It looks lovingly constructed. But like suddenly where a room should be, it's just not there. There's like bits of wall missing, like kind of like a Lego building that hasn't been completed yet. And it's kind of like the world is forgetting that some of it existed in some way. And it's kind of just waving in front of you. The tavern kind of wavers in your eyes. It's shimmering, kind of like a mirage, but it's there. And it'll occasionally kind of blink, and that room that was gone will reappear. And then a few minutes later, it'll kind of waver again, and boom, another room is gone. It's very, very odd. You know, suddenly the kitchen's there, and then it's gone. And then a guest room is there, and then it's gone. And the only consistent room is that common area where you first walked into the Blooming Cow when you first arrived. That is staying put. It's not wavering. And you do see flickering lights through the windows, but they're pretty dim. You see some shadows that pass by them from time to time. What would you like to do?
Should we go in, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my friend is there.
Well, it's kind of where we saw him last. Wonder why parts are flickering in and out, though.
I do wonder what is she crying though, but maybe we can come back for that.
I think it's a good idea for us to check it out.
Was the statue closer or the building?
Statue's very far away.
Very far away, yeah.
Okay.
The building's the closest thing, right?
Yeah, it's the only thing within walking distance.
All right.
I think we should go.
Maybe we can find everybody there. Come on, Colton.
Stay
Yeah, Colton
positive.
is there with you. And
I
Colton's
forgot
kind
he
of
was there.
looking around himself, kind of unsure. He's like, let's go. Let's go. A little nervous.
Yes, brother. Let's go.
Bro,
And then I go reach out to him and like grab my arm around him, like, oh yes, take the lead.
and kind of walks, he pulls you in a little closer, as if he's maybe a little nervous and wants to keep somebody close to him. And you walk arm in arm toward.
Remember to keep thinking about your favorite things.
Bench pressing people.
Colton's arms.
You walk up the stairs to the patio, and the door is unlocked if you want to go inside. Who's
You
going in
said,
first?
could we, as we're walking up, can we see people? You said there was lights in that central room. Can
There's
we
some-
see like people or shadows or anything?
You look through the window and it's shrouded. You can't see any details. You just see kind of moving shadows, as if there's like a drapery, like those white translucent, things that you keep on your window for privacy. It's kind of like that in some way. But yeah, those white curtains, not like the full ones that are block the light, but just the white ones that you have underneath the curtains. Something like that is there that's kind of obscuring you from seeing completely. But you do see those shadows moving around inside, as if there's something going on in there.
I'm just gonna play my character. She's in spring form now. I'm just gonna go in. Callistra, are you here?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
open the
following
door.
her. Oh dear.
So Fru just throws open the door and says that. And inside, you see the Blooming Cow Tavern. And it looks more or less the way you left it, but just everything is darker. Everything is a little bit insubstantial. And there's little bits of shadow flickering where shadow shouldn't be. And indeed, at that center table in the room, you see on one side of the table, Callistra. And she's sitting there, and she's having a conversation with who Fru recognizes on the other side as Fraser Ashbourne, the proprietor of the Blooming Cow Inn. And they're the only two in the room. And it looks like you caught them in the middle of a conversation. And as you walk in, Callistra looks around and she says, Fru, is that you?
Yes, Callistra, we're here to take you back to our world.
How did you get here? Did the same thing happen to you? Did the shadows take you?
Let me tell you how did we get here. Oh my god. There was this guy that squeezed some rats, and then it allowed my friends to visit us, and then I saw you being taken by the shadows, but then my friends arrived, and then we got teleported to this light place that had an axle something. I don't even know how to say it. To be quite Yes, my friend has to record it in her book. This is Wave, my friend, and this is Siltida, and this is also Jeremy.
Oren,
yes.
Oren, yeah.
Where did you go, Fru? I thought I just saw you, but are you there?
We reach out.
What do you mean?
She turns back around and she says, "Did you see that? I thought I saw that person I met at your party, but she's not there anymore." And Fraser's kind of there with his head in his hands, and he says, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anyone. But we've got to figure this out. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I have to tell you I'm sorry. But I did what I had to do. You saw the inn. My whole family worked themselves to death for that inn, and I was going to lose it. It was the only thing we had." And she says, "I don't care. My whole family. You did something to me. I don't know what it was, but you made me do something that I would never do. I stole from my family. And I don't know how you did it, but I know you did something." And they continue arguing.
Can Zoltara interrupt them?
What do you do?
And I just go ask Fraser, and I'm like, "So tell us, what did you do?"
And Fraser looks up at you and says, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
My name's Zoltara. I was with Fru. We've been exploring and trying to figure what the heck is happening. So now we're here, and you seem like you're getting in a heated argument. I sense some little tension over there. So let me break it up, and maybe we can help y'all resolve the conflict, shall you say?
I don't know. This one, she's blaming me for everything, and I just had to do what I had to do to keep my business afloat. That's the only way I can survive. Well, where did you go? Did you see her? She was right there. It was this tall elf. Did you see her? And Callistra, he's talking to Callistra, and Callistra says, "No, I didn't see anyone. Are you seeing things too? Maybe those shadow creatures are getting closer to us." And Fraser says, "I think we're safe in here. We've been safe so far. I think we're safe, though. What do you want to do?"
I
So
think
we can hear them?
You can hear them.
I think maybe they're in the real blooming cow.
I'm going to go up to
Can we ask?
Callistra and kind of attempt to like put my hand on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. And you go up
See
and
if
you
she-
put your hand on her shoulder, and she is substantial, and she says, "Oh my, who are you?"
Fru sent me. She said your family's waiting for you.
"My family, they
You to come
kicked
home.
me out.
They
They
you
don't
to
want
come
anything to
home
do
now.
with me anymore. Did you talk to them?
Yeah, they want you to come home now.
They want me to come home.
Yeah.
Wait, where did you go? I don't know what's going on."
Guys,
Well-
something.
We're here to help you. As Wave said, maybe we can figure this out. You should come and join us.
And Callistra looks around. She says, "Are you doing this again?" Looking at Fraser. "Are you doing something to my head like you did before? This is all because of you. None of us would be here if you hadn't done what you have done. You made some deal. You bargained with some devil. I don't know what you did, but you did this. You did this." And Fraser says, I know I've made mistakes, but I didn't cause this to happen. I don't know. You made your own mistakes. Don't blame me for what you did. This is on you. Whatever you did is on you. I didn't control you. I don't know what you're talking about."
Now I want to go to Fraser and kind of tap his shoulder and get his attention.
What?
It's okay
you-
to feel guilty. You were trying to save your place.
What manner of creature are you?
I'm a tabaxi.
Tabaxi? What are you doing here?
Trying to get you home.
Well,
Tried so hard to save your family's inn. You gotta get back to it.
it's lost. It's lost now. There's nothing I can do. I've tried everything. It's doomed. There's nothing I can
think-
do anymore.
I think we have to inspire them, guys.
I was gonna
I-
try to talk him into it, into telling.
I could try to sing a song.
Yes.
I think you need to get both of
Okay.
their
Yes.
attention.
That's how we got our other friend out from the.
They're both
that
really, really worried about home. So
They're very stressed right now.
I'll tell them a story about. Okay, let me try this. This is the cake my mother gave me that I keep with me always. And so I'm going to sing a song about home, and maybe it'll help. When I was just a young gnome, my mother said to me, "You'll never be alone. You're always where you're meant to be. When you feel scared or lonely, or don't know what to do, remember that our magic lives in you. Home is in your heart. Whether near or far away, we're never apart. All you gotta do is look inside of you. And home is in your heart. Though I have journeyed far, I've never seen it all. But I would rather journey than stay small. But small is full of love, laughter and delight. If we can just remember, I know we'll be all right. Home is in your heart. Whether near or far away, you're never apart. All you have to do is look inside of you. And home is in your heart. Fingers crossed, guys.
That was
Me
beautiful.
A performance check with a nice +4 bonus for good singing.
Performance check rolls a 14 plus 5 is
Ooh.
19 natural. So
+4, I gave you another +4.
okay.
Yay.
So 23.
23.
Yay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You win D&D.
And so you see them, and as you may have noticed, they sometimes seem to see you, but then the longer you talk with them, that you start to seem to fade away from them, from their vision, right? Kind of the sense you got from them. And so as you start to sing, they both turn to you, and they seem to notice you, and their heads cock and they're listening to you, and they see you, and then the longer you sing, they kind of start losing track of you with their vision. Like maybe they're not seeing you anymore, but they stop arguing, and they're kind of just looking around the room, and you can tell they're still listening. And they sit back, and at that point, they seem to a little bit more content. And Callistra says, Did you hear that too? And Fraser says, I did. Do you think there's still hope for each of us? And Callistra says, I don't know. I don't know if you deserve hope, honestly. And Fraser says, I don't know. I don't know. Give me perception checks, everybody.
No.
Natural 1.
I got 22.
I got a 14.
I'm still telling my story of the giant owl that we just summoned.
Ooh, I got a 24.
Okay, so Aaron, you got a 22, was it? 22 and 24 were two highest?
Yeah, Oren got a 22.
Okay, so yeah, Zilthira and Oren especially, you notice that as you sang your song and as they had that conversation afterward, Oren, that you see a little bit of color kind of returning to their cheeks, a little bit of color returning to their clothing. But you also notice in the back of the room, the shadows are starting to coalesce a little bit into a humanoid form that's larger than life. And you see this form kind of, its arms raised, it starts to float in the back of the room, kind of coming together made of shadow stuff. And it's all black, so you can't see a face, but you do see a billowing cloak coming out from behind it. And you see these ghostly shadows that are circling around it. And you start to feel a cold breeze coming from the back of that room. And you can just kind of feel this hatred and sadness permeating you from the back of the room, just emanating from that shadow creature. And you see it there behind those two. So you have Fraser and Callistra having that conversation at that table, and then behind the table in the center of them is that creature rising up. What do you want to do?
Can I?
Do I know what it is?
Give me a Arcana check.
Oof, you got the wrong person asking this question. Okay, let me do it.
You asked it, girl.
I'm
Okay,
gonna do
I got a 13.
A 13. It's definitely another one of those shadow creatures of some sort, but it is not any kind of shadow creature you've seen before. This one is definitely humanoid. It's not just a shadowy wraith. It is humanoid. And it's not substantial. It seems to be insubstantial, made of shadow stuffs, but it's some sort of humanoid being.
Can I try to cast a spell on it?
Sure, you can certainly try.
I'll try. I'm gonna try to make it fall into fits of laughter. I have a spell as a bard called Hideous Laughter.
Okay.
And so I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on the giant shadow creature.
Okay. And is it a saving throw for me? It's been a hot minute since I've actually played a full
The
regular
only
game of
thing
D&D.
it says is that a creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less is not affected.
But I believe there's a save or something for me. Read me what the spell says. It's
A
been a hot
wisdom
minute.
saving throw.
There you go.
Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone. Become incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you cast your spell, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on the creature for whatever reason. Maybe it brushed it off. Maybe it's just not applicable to this situation, but it did not seem to have an effect on the creature. But it's just back there.
Remind us again. It's like reaching out to us.
No, it's just his arm is floating there. So you noticed
It's
it
floating
just
behind
started to
them.
coalesce. After you finished your song, it started to form. It wasn't there before, but the shadows just seemed to start to come together in the back of the room and form that creature after you finished your song, Oren.
Okay.
And it's there. And you still see these two having their conversation.
Can
And
I try?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got telepathic speech to Callistra
Mm-hmm.
and connect with her telepathically.
Sure.
Okay. And then I want to tell her, because she was talking to the doctor guy, right? She talked to the
Yes.
doctor guy?
Dr. Pontris, I think.
Okay.
is his name.
Interest, yes. I want to tell her, Callistra, Dr. Pointris, he sent you here. He's trying to keep you sad and angry. Think about your home and your family and how much you want to go back, how much hope and love they have for you. Anger is quick to fade, but their love never leaves you.
How are you in my head?
It's something special I could do to help others.
What about him? What about this one? Pointing at Fraser.
Well,
He's the one who did this to me. We have to stop him. We have to make sure he can't come back. We have to stop him.
we can make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. Right now, you need to go. There's something coming for you.
And at that point, Fraser says, "Who are you talking to? What are you saying about me?" And she says, "No, not him. No, don't bring him back. What's coming? What's coming?"
Think about your family. Think about how you feel when you're home with them. And that will get you there.
And you see at that point some more color returns to her cheeks, and her pupils and her irises start to come back into what would look like a normal human eye color. But you look over at Fraser, and his color is starting to fade. His skin's going to gray. Some of those shadow creatures are starting to get closer to him and circle around his chair.
So, so since I noticed Callistra getting better, so I also have this spell. I don't know if it works the same way, but it's disguise self. Can I like become one of her like family members?
This guy's self?
Yeah. Does it
I
work
believe
that
you
way?
have to know what one of her family members looks like. And I don't think you met any of them.
Sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had met one, you totally could. But I don't think you've met any of her family, at least now that you know of. It's a
I'm
good
gonna-
idea, though.
I want to turn to Aaron and Fur and be like, y'all help Fraser.
Ooh, I can try. I don't think he has heard me yet. Fraser, can you see me or hear me?
Yeah, yes. Get me out of here. You have to get me out of here. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her lies.
Listen, we can get you both out of here. You know, we can solve both of y'all's issues by performing in your bar. We can just perform there, and then we can attract new clients, and we can help pay for whatever you need to pay for. And the same way for my friends Callistra. It's a win-win.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, good. Okay. 19.
19, not too shabby. So he looks to you and he says, You would do that? You would do that for me? After everything that's happened, you would still want to perform at my tavern? You would do that?
We can definitely help. Haven't you heard my friend already?
Yeah. We all have a little sum we can show you.
And you see a little color return to his face as well. And you see those wraiths that were swirling his chair start to retreat and start to go back toward that figure in the background who's just getting larger. And the room, as he gets larger, gets colder. And you see Callistra looking around too. And she says, What's going on? Do you see that? Do you see that over there? And Fraser says, Yes. I don't think we have much longer.
And
What
I'm
do you want to do?
gonna telepathic back to Callistra, because I've got that for 3 minutes with her. And just be like, it's gonna sound weird, but just keep thinking of your home. Think of things that make you happy, something that's gonna make you warm inside. That's what's gonna get you out of here. You're already getting better. I can see color in your eyes again. You're quite pretty.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, let's see. This weekend. Nope, not today though. 8.
8! Y'all can inspire each other too. Don't forget, bards. Y'all have the ability to inspire each other for some of their skill checks. So just something to keep in mind.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she looks at you and she says, I don't know. I don't think my family wants me back. I hear your words, but I don't think it's true. I don't think you've seen how angry my mother is. I've never seen her like that. She yelled at me. She screamed at me. She's never done that before. She said that I betrayed the family. She said that she didn't want to see me anymore. And she told me to leave, to pack my bags and leave.
Can I just
know if I
reach
can
out
let
and give her a
go.
hug?
No, you are just.
And you see the
Talking
color
to
again
yourself.
fade. The color fade from her
Oh, I
face.
have to give her a hug now.
You go up and you try to give her a hug, and you notice that your arms are starting to kind of just pass through her a little bit. Where
Can
she
I,
wasn't substantial, or where she was substantial, where you put your hand on her shoulder before, now you're just kind of passing through her.
Can I like inspire them? I guess fine. I might as well do it and do like
Yeah.
a little pep talk and be like, so bardic inspiration, I guess.
What do you want to inspire?
Okay, so it seems like Fraser is kind of losing himself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well do Fraser, since it seems like he's going back and forth, so like disappearing and coming back, right? Okay.
So how do you inspire him?
Okay. I'll be like, you are the moment. You are the icon. You are a living legend. You got this. Get your grind time, prime time, mama, because ain't nobody going make you disappear. We are here for you. We are rooting for you. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, because you are what? That person. Period.
And you have given inspiration to Fraser Ashbourne. Is it a D6 or D8 at Yellow's level? Does it say?
D6, I think.
D6? D6 sounds right to me. Okay. So he has a D6. Next time he has to roll for... we'll see what happens. Okay.
Oh, yeah, D6. Yeah. Okay, I have to use that.
Okay. So at this point, you see those shadows now start to circle Callistra a little bit.
Oh.
And she seems to be losing faith. And Fraser looks at her and says, I think this is you. I think you did this. You betrayed your family. You stole the money. And now they're coming for you. They're coming for you.
Y'all need to get away. Talking to the shadows.
Y'all need to be separated in different rooms because you are all feeding each other from this negativity. But here it is, Callistra.
Are you saying?
Hear me?
Yeah. What'd you say, Fru?
Callistra, here's the thing. Maybe your mom needs a little bit of time, and while she gets through that, you can join us for a little bit. We'll be your new temporary family, and I'm sure you can add something to our band, and maybe even earn some money to pay them back.
Now you go ahead and give me a persuasion check again.
Ooh, 18.
18. Okay. And she says, I'm not really a performer, but I don't know. I want to get away from here.
Oh, honey, neither am I. I'm lights. And I'll do like minor illusion of like flowers falling around.
Oh,
I don't sing, but
beautiful.
I dance. And I
You're
start
both-
dancing.
You're both so beautiful. You're the only beautiful things in this terrible place.
No,
I
sweetheart.
want to
I
come
start-
with you.
You're gonna get out of there.
I want to come with you.
Then come
I want to come with you, but I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of him. And she points at Fraser. He did something to me. He made me do this.
And we
But-
can't fix it here.
Callistra, can you forgive him? I mean, perhaps he had motives to do it, and I'm sure he's feeling sorry. Maybe you can all talk it over later, but can you at least forgive him for what he did to save his business?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check again. I'll let you have one for free.
I was
It's
saying,
not
can
19.
I
I'm
give
rolling high.
You rolled
Dang.
rocks.
Yeah.
She girl.
And
Fruit
she
on
says, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what he did. I don't think I would have done this of my own free will. It's not in my nature. It doesn't even feel like it's real. Like, none of this feels real. And it didn't feel real back at home when I did that. I went in my mother's room, and she has a lockbox. And I know where the key is. I've never gone in it before. But I just felt like I had to. I owed debts. And I just felt like I had to pay them off right now. And so I opened a lockbox. I took my mother's savings. All of them. And I gave them to him. All of it. I gave my mother's savings to him. But maybe this is something we can settle at another time. Maybe. And
Fraser.
you see the shadows retreat from her, as they retreated from Fraser earlier, and they start to coalesce back around that figure who is now growing bigger and angrier. And you feel the cold, and you see the color returning to both of Fraser and Callistra. And Wave, if you touch Callistra again, she feels substantial. She feels substantial again. But you definitely feel something growing behind you, something angry. And give me perception checks one more time.
And I?
Yeah, anybody can do it.
Well, that went
23.
13.
A 9.
9.
Okay. Oren's the only one who's really able to notice this. Maybe the rest of you are listening to Callistra. But Oren, you feel that gathering evilness behind you. And you look up and you start to see where there was only shadow before. Now you start to see facial features, subtle as they might be. And you notice ears with little points on the ends of them. You see wrinkles around the eyes and the mouth, as if it's an older dwarf. Not dwarf, elf, an older elf forming back there who looks maybe vaguely familiar to you. As he grows.
It's not a doctor.
Dr. D-Bag.
Okay.
Can I reach out and grab both
And
of their hands?
Okay. You reach out, you grab their hands, and you feel them. They feel warm in your hand.
I'm going to kind of try to get both their attention and be like, both of you are trying to save your family, something from your family. It's not something that's supposed to divide you. There are people who want to help both of you. Fru wants to help you, Callistra. We'll make sure you can get the money back for your mom. Fraser, we've got us who are willing to help you raise money with the foreman. And Maud took your books so she can help you. Maud's going to make sure that they're all in working order as she helped your family before. You've got people who need you and want to help you.
Persuasion check. Does anybody want to inspire
I wish I
her?
had. Yeah, I wish I had.
Yes, I want to inspire Alex.
Okay, how do you want to inspire Wave? How are you going to very quickly, as she's kind of going through the speech,
Well,
how
don't
can
I
you reach
already
out without,
have...
without interrupting her? How can you inspire her?
Oh,
You see her giving this speech.
I hold her hands and look in her eyes and smile.
Yeah, I think that's good.
and then I'll be in the background being, yes, Lord. You know, like, hallelujah.
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 So
yes,
you feel
girl.
the support of your bardic friend. So add a d6 to your roll.
Okay, and this is persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4.
Having your only bard roll persuasion, your only non-bard roll persuasion.
LOL.
19,
As Wave-
though.
Wave
with
is a sorcerer.
everything. Wave
Okay,
is a sorcerer.
19. And so Fraser looks up and says, I believe you. I believe you. I think we could get out of this place. I think we can do it. And Callistra says, do you have a way home? Do you have a way for us to get out of here? I'm ready to go. Can we go? And you see the shadows completely removed from them as they now look exactly like the rest of you, with full colors in their faces, their full color returned to their bodies, the wraiths and the shadows removed from them, and all those shadows go to the back of that room, and they form around the figure of Dr. Pointress, who's now very clearly forming behind you. And you see him getting ready to unleash hell upon you. You've got only a few seconds here if there's anything you want to do. But he looks angry.
Guys,
You kind of hear this groan, this sound. What's your plan
can
for
we-
getting out of here?
I'm gonna grab hands, guys, and hold on to this and think. And we're gonna think of the blooming cow as we hold on to the lantern.
Okay.
There's no place like home.
Like
There's
that.
no place like home.
Click your
Hey,
heels.
that's
3 times
copyrighted
together.
material.
Oh,
You see,
there's no place like the tavern. There's no place like the tavern.
you see one of Dr. Pointress's hands reach back and whoosh, and this shadow flies out of his hand toward Orin.
Oh.
And Orin, that is a
No.
16 to hit. Does that hit your AC? What is your AC, Orin?
Your armor class.
Your armor class at the top of your
Oh
page.
Lord.
Big number at the top of your screen, and probably in the little shield on your main screen.
Next to
Oh,
initiative.
13.
13. Okay, so it does hit. Okay, you take 4 points of necrotic damage, which means that your skin, where it hits you on your side, starts to flake off as if it's starting to decay unnaturally. So like,
Oh.
you feel that. Okay, but do you grab the lantern?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who is the main one controlling the lantern? Was it
I think
Wave?
no, he gave it to Siltharia.
Gave it to
I guess.
Elthyra.
Yeah.
Zelthara, you got it, girl. Get us home.
Lothara, you've got the lantern? I think you do.
Yes.
Okay.
Because homeboy gave it
Sure.
to you. Colton
Oh,
gave it to
yeah.
you, remember?
So like, can I look around the room? Is there like a clear exit? Like I know, so we're like all together, right? And if someone's attacking us, so like,
So, you see, it was interesting, by the way. You saw as Frazier became, well, like, you want to look around and give me a perception check first, and I'll tell you what you see.
yeah. 13.
Okay, so you see a little bit. One thing you noticed is that as Frazier became a little bit more inspired by you all, the tavern started to kind of build itself up. Like those rooms that had vanished started to reappear. The more he was inspired by you, the more the tavern reappeared. And the more Frazier was demoralized and depressed, the more the tavern started to vanish around you. That was one thing you noticed. But right now, the tavern looks fully constructed, the way it was when you saw it on the material plane. You do see the door behind you, but right now, you are all holding hands. You have the lantern in front of you. You feel a hand clap you on the back, and you hear a voice in your ear say, "You got this, sister."
Oh, yes. I don't know what to do. I mean, I have it.
You have the
Are there
lantern.
stairs? Oh, well.
There are stairs, but did you want to just try to use the lantern? Is that what you were trying to do? Or did you want to kind of all try to run somewhere?
Well, I don't know where to run.
Do you want to try to use the lantern?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Idalia said that was how we
Mhm.
got out of the Shadow
Okay.
Bell.
Yes.
All right. So you have the lantern. What I want you to do is I want you to roll your d20 and basically give me a charisma check. And I have a number for you. I told you I was tracking how inspired or hopeful your various characters were. And I've been keeping track of that. So I've got my numbers over here. So I'm going to add a little bonus
Where's my charisma?
or subtract a few if I think you're not so inspired.
Okay, so I'll
depending
just
on
do
your
a
action.
d20.
Yeah, roll your d20, and then we're going to add your charisma to it, and I'm going to add my secret number over here.
See.
I got a 10 and my charisma is 13. A 3, so 13.
Okay, 13 plus the number over here that I'm adding in from how inspirational you've been and how hopeful you've been. And so you all gather around and tell me what this looks like, somebody. What does it look like as you all gather around this lantern? And that lantern has these 8 sides to it, all of a different color. And as Zelthyra holds onto it, Zelthyra, do you want to tell me what you're doing with the lantern? What does it look like?
So it's kind of shifting colors, all different shades of white, like a white light. And it's kind of like spinning around, I guess. And it can provide us with some sense of warmth because it's very cold, right? So it's giving us like a little bit of warmth, and like I'm holding it, but like everybody's kind of like grasping it underneath. So it's a little bit crowded, but we're making it work.
All hands in kind of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
And as the lantern starts spinning and the various colors all get brighter and brighter and brighter and turn from their various hues of pinks and purples and blues and greens like the lights behind me, eventually they get so bright and so warm that they all turn to white, as Zilthira said. And you feel the warmth emanating behind you. And you see those wraiths and shadow creatures are trying to penetrate this white light, and they can't seem to reach you anymore. And you hear the voice behind you go, "No!" And you see those shadows as he seems to just enrage and go into despair. The wraiths circle back around and grab a hold of Dr. Pointress as he gets more upset. And he's, "No!" And he reaches out towards you as the wraiths gather around him and start pulling him back through the walls. And you kind of see his hands reaching out through the wall until it finally pulls back through the wall as the wraiths take him instead of taking Callistra or Fraser, and they pull him through the wall. And you hear, the last thing you hear before everything goes white is just and a flash of white, and your eyes are all just flashing before you, like you can't see anything. You don't know if it's the white light from the lantern or if it's just the residual effect of having that bright light go up in front of you. But as it starts to fade away and go down, you kind of look around, you're blinking, each of you, and you're kind of looking around, and you hear a voice behind you saying, "Is that the Sensational Summoning Spectacular? You've returned! I'm so happy to see you!" And you see Darius standing behind you, and he says, "I knew you would return."
I'm gonna run and give him a hug.
Who is this guy?
He gives you a hug, and he says, "I'm so happy you've returned. Oh, it's going to be such a great show. Are we still doing the show?"
Yes, and you're gonna have to be a guest star on it.
I would be honored. I would be so honored. And by the way, while you were gone, I have a new assistant. And you see, barely recognizable in this beautiful long black dress, is a green half-orc with little round glasses on. And she says, "Oh, it turns out that I have quite a good singing voice. I didn't even know."
Your inner song.
Yes, you do, hon.
So
Found
maybe
your
we can
inner
all sing together.
I would love it.
You look around and you see Callistra next to you wave, and she walks up to you and she says, "Are we back? Are we home?
We're home.
Would you walk me back to my family? I don't think I can go by myself."
Fru and I will. We'll grab her arm in arm.
Yeah.
We start dancing as we walk towards her family.
And
Yeah.
you Fraser, walk up to Oren and Zilthira and say, "Were you serious? Will you help me? Will you perform and help me put my life back together?"
Of course.
Of course. The show
Yes.
must go on.
There's no place like home.
And you see Maud walk up and she says, "Well, I've been working with your books, and while your handwriting is indecipherable, I think that we can make something work here. We'll have to sit down. It may take several hours, but I think we can put something together." And Fraser just sits in the chair. It's like, maybe there's hope after all. And at that moment, Zilthira and Oren, give me a quick perception check.
Perception. I got a 5.
A 5.
I got a 6.
A 5 and a 6.
You guys are rolling so high every other time.
Perfect. That's
So-
perfect. Just for luck.
So we see nothing.
As our camera is kind of pulling back, and you see Fru and Wave arm in arm with Callistra, trying to inspire her, trying to cheer her up as they walk out of the Blooming Cow Inn. You see, we are left with Oren and Darius and Maud and Zilthira standing around Fraser and talking about putting together the biggest show this town has ever seen to celebrate the end of the planting season here in Carter's Crossing. And behind everybody, where no one can see, we see a small possum begin to descend from the ceiling behind, but nobody sees it as we go to black. And that is the end of our show.
Oh,
The song for the shadows.
Yay.
Thank you all very much for watching. How do y'all feel?
Oh, it's perfect.
Good.
We survived.
Bittersweet.
Oh,
I was
Bittersweet.
I was really worried that we were feeding shadow creatures and we were being tricked, and that happiness was like creating this giant creature. So the whole time I was like, "What is happening?"
Oh yeah, Grady in chat said that might have been a time. I think somebody had a reroll. I think either
Oh,
Jeremy or
Jeremy
RG had a reroll from a few weeks previously. They could have rerolled that perception check to see the possum dangling down. But that's okay. I kind of like the idea of the possum descending and nobody sees
Bye.
We're just too happy right now.
I just miss Falcorgi. Where's Falcorgi?
it.
I
Maybe
wanna know
that's
what
something
happened
for
to my
next
dog.
time. Maybe
No.
that's something we'll find out in the future. But thank you everyone for joining me on this adventure. We're going to be running some new adventures over at the Gallant Goblin coming up. We got some new and surprising plans for you. So if you like our adventures that we do here, we have some new ones coming up. We're going to have some of the same cast. We're going to have new cast. We're going to have people coming and going. So we're always going to have a rotating cast of people that you'll get to know, all bards in my life. Thank you to RG. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Nestor. I love you all.
Thank you for having us, man. This
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
You're an
Thank you so
amazing
much, Theo.
DM.
Yeah,
10
Such
out
a
of
great
10.
project.
Thank you.
so fun.
It
Thank you,
was.
guys.
Love the story.
Thank you. Me too. For the story, that's Grady and me putting that together. So many thanks to Grady. Thank you to Bonnie Gordon, to Xander Jeanneret, and Satine Phoenix for the awesome characters that you brought to this show. Thank you to Ashley. Thank you to DC and Michelle and Diana for helping us put all this together as well. Thank you all in chat. Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, Storm. Who else is in chat tonight? I see everybody. Reagan. Everybody who showed up in chat tonight. Santillano.
Yeah.
I see you all there. I know some of you all. I don't know if you necessarily want me to use your real names. I know your real names, a lot of you, but I'm just going to use your names in chat here. It's Beth the Bard. I see you there. Thank you all for joining us. And I know there's more of you out there. I see bots getting banned too. No thanks to the bots that are getting banned right now.
Oh, no.
But if you enjoyed us here, we're also going to have an after party over at twitch.tv/The Gallant Goblin. I'm going to get that started right now, so we're going to probably send you all over there. It'll take me a minute or two to get everything transitioned over through OBS Studios, so y'all give me just a second to get that going. But you can join us over there for the after party. We'll talk a little bit more about the adventure and everything that we went through. And also, if you enjoyed this little adventure, we're going to publish it. So if you want to run through it yourself, you can. It'll probably be sometime this summer once we get it all put together with some new art. So follow us over on Twitter at The Gallant Goblin, or at Gallant Goblin on Twitter if you want to kind of stay abreast of it. And follow Apotheosis Studios, Gilding Lights, the Team Phoenix, DC, and everybody to stay up to date on everything that's going on. And we also have the Provine Axolotl Race. If you want to play that, we have a free supplement for that you can download over at gallantgoblin.com/shop. So if you want to play that in your own games, we have that available as well. Anything else that y'all want to say before we sign off here for the last time for this time?
Thanks, everybody. This was so
Yeah,
much
thank
fun.
you.
Super fun.
Thanks for joining us every single week.
I know.
Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. Chat.
Big
You're awesome.
thanks to Theo and DC for keeping this all running every week.
I know.
Yeah.
DC.
And
They
Michelle,
really made it
who's
happen.
behind the scenes too. Yeah, all of you guys.
Yes. You guys are
thank
the
you,
best.
thank
Thanks for letting
you.
us do this. It's
Mhm.
amazing.
DC, thanks for sticking around, letting us run a little bit late today. I appreciate that. And yeah, tune in with us in just a few moments at twitch.tv/The Gallant Goblin. And don't miss the other shows coming up later in the week from Margaret Crone and Finway, who's got her new show starting up really soon here, so you don't want to miss that on Wednesday. Otherwise, we'll see you in just a few minutes over at The Gallant Goblin. So stay tuned. See you soon.
Woohoo! Bye.
Night.
Bye.